Hey, what's up, everybody? Andrew from Fantasy 8 here, and we're back in our normal setup. We're here with Tap the Wire for Week 8. Obviously, there's been more injuries. You got Freddie Freeman, you got more pitching, like Keuchel. So, focusing on first base and starting pitchers this week. So, let's dive right in. The number one guy just makes our threshold of under 50%, and that's Josh Bell. Bell was a popular sleeper pick going into the season. I loved him. But he got dropped off a lot of teams after a really rough start. But he's definitely picked it up quite a bit since then, and he's currently riding a 7-game hit streak with 3 home runs in that span. And it's actually pretty interesting to compare at this point. Josh Bell has one more at-bat than he did last year when he played for the Pirates. And last year he had 3 home runs and 128 at-bats. And this year he has 9 in 129 at-bats. And that is a massive uptick in power and is fairly encouraging, as people kind of saw him as, a guy that will walk a lot, that could probably hit for a good average, but they wanted to see if there was power, and so far there has been, and that is a very encouraging sign. He's still not striking out too much, it's under 20%, and he's walking a lot, so that's also great. So he's definitely a guy. I mean, obviously none of these guys on the list are Freddie Freeman, but he can do a pretty good job replacing him. And then number 2 is Tommy Joseph, who's 22% owned. So he's less owned than Josh Bell. And it seemed like for a while that Chojo's days in Philly were numbered. He was batting close to 100 for the beginning of the season. And obviously they have Rye Hoskins currently in Double-A. And he was knocking at that door. There were whispers, but that door kind of remains shut for now, as Joseph has definitely busted out of his slump. He's batting .368 with 2 home runs in his last 7 days, and he's got a hit streak in his last 8. Obviously, Hoskins is still mashing in the minor leagues. He's leading all of minor league baseball with 12 home runs. But for now, Joseph has the first base corner in Philly. Obviously, keep watching this situation. It would be very interesting if Rye Hoskins got called up. I actually do have him stashed in a couple leagues. But for now, it seems Joseph has re-grabbed his hold on first base. And the pitching, number 3 is Ariel Miranda, Seattle starting pitcher. And, at this point, you're not going to find those 3.00 ERA on the guys on the wire anymore. In a normal season, you probably wouldn't be talking too much about Miranda, except for maybe an occasional spot start. His biggest seller, obviously, so far is he almost has 1K per inning. And the biggest issue with him is inconsistency. He's had blow-up games. But mixed in, there are some really good starts. He's had 2 good starts his last time out, going 5 innings in the first and 7 innings in the second start. And, he got 19 strikeouts in 12 innings between those 2. But he's going to have those blow-up games, and it's really hard to play matchups with him. His blow-up games were against Philly and Oakland, 2 teams you'd think would be okay to run him out in. So, but he is pitching. He does pitch well. Just understand that there will be blowout games, but, you got to do what you got to do when it comes to pitching. Number 4 is Jesse Chavez, who's 9% owned in Yahoo leagues. And, he's just another product of the pitching landscape. He's not going to give you a 3.5 ERA, but he has pitched well in his last 2 starts against Oakland and the White Sox. He's facing the Mets Monday. If he can continue the momentum, his ownership rate should rise. So that's something to look forward to, hopefully. Because, obviously his K rate isn't as high as the previous guy. But he, ride him while they're hot, I say, especially with starting pitching right now. And then number 5 is his teammate, JC Ramirez. And now I like Ramirez a little bit more than Chavez. The underlying stats are a little bit more kind to Ramirez. He's been on a roll lately, just like Chavez. He faces Tampa and Miami this week, so those 2 starts he should be able to handle. His strikeouts have fallen some. He's only stricken out 9 in his last 20 innings, but I don't think that's a huge concern. I think it'll go back up. As I said before, his underlying stats say he's actually pitching better than the ERA shows. Not by much, but just by a little bit, and that's definitely an encouraging sign. So if you have any questions for me, you can hit me up at Twitter at fantasy1 or email me at fantasy1@gmail.com. I've definitely gotten a lot more active on Twitter. I'm starting to love it. It's just easy to post stuff you think about in your mind, like, oh man, So definitely check out that. For Fantasy 8, I'm Andrew, and thanks for watching.